That means the fourth item on the document, where it is said that a new memorandum of understanding shall be validly endorsed, signed by a representative of government, preferably the Attorney General of the Federation, and a representative of ASUU, with the President of Nigeria Labour Congress as witness.
Just quickly, though, Dr. Fagge, some people also say that you don't seem to have approached the negotiation table with government in good faith. As my colleague did point out earlier, Dr. Okukwe hammered a lot on the fact that you met with the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and he gave you his word. You don't seem to be taking him at his word. Why is that?
Well, if we don't have good faith, why should we attend the meeting? We have politely informed Mr. President that at this point we don't think it's appropriate for us to have a meeting with him. But the issue is that we decided at the level of our union that we have a lot of respect for Mr. President and the position he's occupying in this country. And on the basis of that, we were convinced that when we go into a meeting with Mr. President, we will address this problem. But immediately after the meeting, we started seeing signs of bad faith on the part of government, because the letter given to us that was signed by the PAMSEC Ministry of Education did not capture all the issues that we discussed and agreed with Mr. President. For instance, the issue of commitment on the side of Mr. President that we are going to commence renegotiation of the 2009 agreement in 2014 was omitted in the document. And when we pointed out, we were informed that we should accept oral, pledge from the side of government that this should be done. You see, in a situation where government in 2012 gave us a document indicating what it was going to do with education, university education in this country, and then 2 years after, that has not been implemented. We are intellectuals, and intellectuals will look at the issues, analyze, and take a decision. And that's exactly what our members have done. So this time around, our members are saying we don't want to go back to what happened in 2012. Let us have an agreement with government, which is duly documented and signed in front of a witness, so that we know that we will not have a repeat performance of what happened in 2012.
Well, surely I think, stating your own side, looking at some paragraphs here of your document, I'll give you a quote so that you can just expatiate more on this particular one. You say it is, to clear the air on the rumors, lies and mischiefs that are milling out of government circle, especially from Ministry of Education and NUC, all with the intent of misleading the Nigerian public. Well, you therefore speak to the letter from government and the yet-to-be replied response of our union, and you went on. Tell us what you meant by yet-to-be replied response and the rumor coming out of the Education Ministry as well as the NUC.
Well, the Education Minister addressed a press conference and indicated that the requests by ASUU are outrageous. Well, that is really unfortunate, because on our part we had thought that the Minister of Education, being a key official in this issue, should have stayed all through the meeting with Mr. President, but he did not. And as such, some of the agreements that we reached with Mr. President were undertaken in his absence. But everything that we have in the letter we wrote to Mr. President through the Minister of Education were issues that were agreed with Mr. President at the meeting we had with Mr. President. The issue of non-victimization clause, I'm happy that the representative of government had also said that is taken for granted. So if we look at it, among the 4 items that we have listed, which one of them is a new demand? Let the minister explain which among the 4 items that we have listed is a new demand. So that is why we are saying that there is a sign of bad faith on the side of government, because all that government needs to do is look at the letter we have written and write a response to us. There is nothing out of place in government asking us to come and discuss this letter, so that we finalize everything, and then a new memorandum of understanding can be drafted so that it can be signed by the two parties, and then we suspend the strike action. So that's exactly what our members are asking for.
In other words, there are no new demands on this.
Yes.
And you haven't actually gotten any reply from the government when you wrote them a letter?
Up till today, there is no reply from government.
Just, you know, as an aside, there's also been talks that the opposition could have infiltrated your ranks, and that you are also carrying out an agenda which is meant to subvert the will of government. Can you respond to this, please?
Well, ASUU is a trade union of intellectuals. Our union is non-partisan, non-religious, non-ethnic, non-regional, non-tribal. Our members individually have a right to pursue any political party because they are free citizens of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. But our union does not have a right to do that. But I have been asking government that if government truly believes that this strike, you know, is a political strike, let government do what is right. And once government does that, let government see whether we are going to suspend the action or not. There is nothing far-fetched in government calling us to look at these 4 items, and once we finalize on these 4 items, we sign a memorandum of understanding, our members will suspend the strike action. So, indicating that we are being influenced by political parties is just a diversion.
Let's get something straight. This is 2013, the tail end of 2013. If all is sorted out as we speak, from what you just explained to us, we're saying that in 2014 you open a fresh negotiation with the government. Is that what it is?
But that was what we agreed with Mr. President. Mr. President said yes, it will even give government an opportunity to raise their objections in some of the things that are in the agreement.
And you say the education minister didn't stay all through the period of that particular meeting?
No, he didn't say, although of course he later explained that he had to travel out of the country.
But he had his representative
but he didn't stay
there.
all through the interaction.
But he had a representative there that should have told him the full brief of what transpired, isn't it?
That is it, yeah, sure.
Well, Dr. Nasir Fagge, would like to thank you for finding time to join us. We're hoping that the Education Ministry and the Minister will tell us what exactly is happening concerning this, because the government and ASUU, they all owe the students some explanation. No one has any right. Government exists because of these people, and we're hoping that ASUU and government should actually, well, sit down once and for all and call this and done with. Well, many thanks again, and thanks for joining us.
Okay, well, thank you very much. But finally, I think it's important to state that we have children who are also in these universities. None of my children is studying outside this country. They are in institutions in this country, 2 of which are in the university. They are at home waiting for the universities to open so that they can continue with their program. Also, many of our members are students pursuing PhD, MSc, MA degrees in these universities. They are also not undertaking lectures because the universities are closed. As intellectuals, we are not happy that we are at home, but it's a sacrifice that we have to make to ensure that our universities begin to compete effectively with other universities internationally. And that is the sacrifice we are making. Thank you very much.
Many thanks, Isa Nasir Fagge. Well, that's where we have to wrap up the show. Well, speechless, well, is what I got from all of this from me, and I'm hoping that the government and the Education Minister and NUC and ASUU, well, will sort this out, and well, we'll move on with the nation. Well, I'm Sulaiman Alede. Many thanks for being such nice company.
Thank you so much for watching. Thank you also for your many responses. We're also hoping that some people raised concerns about the fact that cash was paid to that widow, and they're hoping that something will be done to secure her. But thank you very much for watching. I'm Mal Fayobu.
And I'm Nel Taibu. Thank you.